Hello and welcome to Coffee Lovers TV. Joseph here. On the show today, we're going to be enjoying some of this Ethiopian coffee by Rokio Family Coffee Roasters down in LA. So this coffee is an Ethiopia Sidama Rofi natural process. Rokio is doing something a little bit different, and they've kind of built it into their branding. They call it single origin charcoal roasted coffee. Well, single origin obviously being the coffees, but they roast over hardwood charcoal. Now I haven't been able to speak with them too much yet and learn exactly how the process works and differs. I will be speaking, I did have a chance to meet with roast master and owner Marco Rokio. And it's fun to learn that he's been roasting for like 40 years or something like that. And it's recently that he's decided to try to really build up the business. So they have this charcoal roasting process, and aside from that, speaking on the coffee itself, it's obvious that they source really high quality coffees. I've had a chance to enjoy this a little bit. I haven't brewed it on the Kalita yet, so today will be the first time on the Kalita. And so they're obviously sourcing really high quality coffees, and they're doing some good stuff. I'll be interested to learn about the charcoal roasting, but they have a little bit here, so I'm just gonna read this. Rokio coffee is roasted over hardwood charcoal, not gas or propane. The reason? Coffee tastes better when roasted in this 300-year-old traditional Rokio family method. You will know Rokio coffee by its amazing aroma and flavor. The Rokio family chooses only the highest quality green coffee beans, purchased directly from farmers in the best coffee growing regions in the world. Roasted over hardwood charcoal. So, like I said, I haven't had a chance to learn their exact process, but we can talk maybe briefly about this. If it's hardwood charcoal heating a drum roaster is what most people, roasting businesses use these days, which just basically think about like a side-loading washer dryer. The drum spins, so the coffee goes in, the drum is heated, the air's heated, and the drum spins and keeps the coffee from sitting on the hot surface, so it gives you an even roast. There are some, so if it's that way, I don't know exactly what the difference that hardwood charcoal would make versus propane or any other kind of heating method for the drum. Where I could think it could make a difference, if the charcoal is heating the air that is heating the coffee, then it's probable that the charcoal would impart some sort of flavor onto that coffee. It might be really subtle. It could be that all their coffees have kind of a smoky-like flavor. I recall from the Chemex that it was really interestingly smooth and mellow. So maybe it is that this hardwood charcoal is kind of imparting some kind of smokiness into the coffee. It's kind of interesting. It's the first time that I'm having coffee roasted like this, I think. First time I'm giving any kind of attention to it myself. So anyways, I'm gonna have to do another episode, show, or article or something. I'm gonna speak with Marco and get the story on what they're doing and why and all that sort of thing. But for now, let's try out their coffee. Again, Ethiopia Sidama Rofi natural process coffee. You can brew it on the Kalita, and we'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to smell the grounds this time because these are particularly rich. Smells of fruit, but there is like a roastiness, not like, it's a different kind of roastiness, and maybe that's the charcoal. So maybe, I mean, this also comes back to the phenomenon of if someone tells you that a coffee tastes or smells like a certain thing, then you are far more likely to actually smell that. I mean, I'd like to say if I didn't know this was charcoal roasted, I would smell this and go, some really good fruit, and there's something like deeper roasty. So it doesn't have, there's some kind of deeperness to it, like deep sort of richness in there somewhere, but it's not like pastry or anything like that. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and brew. All right, we're back. So the Rokio Family Roasters Ethiopia Sidama Rofi. Now, they have noted flavors of blueberry, melon, cocoa. We'll see what we see. I recall on the Chemex definitely getting some blueberry. It's really hard to discern aromas. Very mellow the aromas. I mean, since I know it's probably in there, I could see melon in this, like in the aroma, but it's kind of subtle. Subtle and mellow. It's got some good richness to it. There's definitely some cocoa in there. There's some kind of, again, maybe it's because I know it's charcoal roasted, but I keep picking up on hints of this kind of smokiness. It's an interesting element. The way this comes off, I mean, I know it's a lightly roasted coffee just by looking at it. It's an Ethiopian. The way it tastes, it's slightly roasted, but there's a smoky element to it, like it's a little darker. Maybe that is the charcoal process. So it's a little warm right now. I'm getting cocoa on the front, much richer, of course, than the Chemex. It's the Kalita, so it brings out something different, which is fun to see. I think I'm getting more cocoa on this. It's also got a bit more. It's a bit more dynamic than the Chemex. I remember the Chemex being kind of just like simple and mellow. Although I wouldn't necessarily call this complex. So I get some melon on there. Sure, why not? Actually, on the Kalita, this makes just a really nice coffee. Not too complex, just drinks really nicely. Smooth. Doesn't have like much of a sticking aftertaste. Like there's a bit of smokiness on the front, but it doesn't like, there's not much lingering, which is kind of nice. Maybe a little bit. It is coffee after all. I just got some blueberry. So I think as it cools, we're really gonna see some blueberry and melon coming out of this. The cocoa is probably just kind of in the background, maybe supporting everything. This is really nice. I wanna sit here and say, this is a nice drinking coffee. Like, what else do you do with coffee? Well, this other coffee is an excellent smelling coffee, and the third coffee is really good for just rubbing on your face. This one is excellent for drinking, yes. I might have had quite a bit of coffee today. But now I'm definitely getting blueberry. Oh, this is so, okay, I just want to take a step back. So like I said, I had this on the Chemex. This is so much better on the Kalita. I think that there's probably some oils the Chemex is capturing, which I think are critical to the overall balance of this coffee. Or maybe it's just my mood, I don't know. It is pretty smooth though. It's interesting. It'll be fun to chat with Marco and learn what the charcoal roasted method's all about and how that influences the coffee. In the long term, it's really hard to do a comparison. I mean, really the only way to do a good comparison of the effects of charcoal roasting, from my perspective, would be if he and another roaster, or he and several roasters roasted the same coffee. I've always wanted to do this, get a bunch of roasters, give them the same coffee, and then say go, because you're gonna get, like, everyone's gonna make something different. And that's a lot of fun to see. It just gets really mellow as it cools. This is interesting. It's got some good body. It's got some good body for a light roasted Ethiopian. It's quite nice. I wouldn't say it's like tea at all. Maybe slightly. I mean, when you get that kind of light roasted with the fruit, you do get these tea elements, but there's this richness that's just, it's smooth richness. You could call it cocoa. All right, I think I've had enough coffee. We're gonna call it good. That was Rokio Family Coffee Roasters. We're gonna see some more from them in the future. Thank you for watching. Please do like this video. Give me your comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think and check out all my other videos. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.